legacy that's long. That's the legend of the Armstrongs. Questions get answered, oh, you didn't know? Let's start the show.
Welcome back to the show. It is Road Dogg and Casio, and you're listening to...
Oh, you didn't know? Oh, yeah. It's as good as it gets.
This is going to be a good one today. Y'all better buckle the hell up.
You can
today.
tell from my Ronald. Yeah, anyway, we got a new vantage
What
point.
is this? What do you got? All right, we got different lighting. We've
No,
got...
It's not different.
You've
lighting.
got a
It's the
soccer
same.
jersey on?
Yeah, there's... I don't know. I like the cranberries. I do.
Zombie.
I'll tell you what, sidebar, little Judge Ito sidebar.
Have you met the Cranberries?
No, but
Oh.
Hannah Montana, whatever her real name is.
Molly Cyrus.
Yep, her. She does a heck of a zombie, heck of a rendition, and also
It's all about the journey.
oh, good God, Gertie, you sound like Moolah.
That's what she sounds like now. Have you heard her?
No.
Everyone tells me it's about the journey.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Who are we talking about? I'm sorry.
Molly
brought that-
Cyrus.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I brought that up.
Wow, she's done a lot of
Anyway,
drugs.
she does. Yeah, it's me and her both. But
She sounds like you now.
anyway, you're drinking on the job. But anyway, and nosing. So the jersey. Let's talk about the jersey for a second. It's,
Well, we got Man
U, Team
Yeah.
Viewer. I don't know.
You get that at the game?
Yeah, I with Comier and
Comier.
Vinci. Yeah, and Vinci. We
Right.
went to the.
He a striker?
He's a power forward. And
Power forward, okay.
And a power bottom, and so
Yeah.
he's a kicker, from what I understand. Really likes to kick them. I didn't know if you were going to catch the power bottom. Apparently,
Yeah.
you caught it right in the gut.
I didn't want to highlight it. I was going to let it marinate. But yeah.
So no, don't have a clue about soccer. Just want to.
How was the game when you went?
Oh, I didn't go at all. So
You've never been to a Man U game?
Never been to, never seen. Never in my life have I watched an entire soccer game. I watched about half of one. One
That
time.
your grandkid was in.
No, because if they play soccer, I will spank them. Anyway,
You've just melted the internet. You've melted the internet. You've hated on soccer and did spankings, which everyone hates.
I'm just kidding. Look,
In this decade?
I know soccer is cool. I wore the shirt today.
Yeah.
But I want to tell you how I got the shirt. And I'm
Okay.
kidding, of course, about my grandkids wanted to play pinochle. I'd sponsor the team.
Sure.
But so my nephew was a large man. He's 27, I think. No, he may be 30. I don't even know how old he is. But he's a large
close.
individual. Lost a ton of weight. Not a
Oh.
large individual anymore. I get bags of really nice clothes now because the Incredible Shrinking Man has good taste in clothes, and so
Nice.
I got like a bag full, and it's so great. Like we change at birthday parties. Like, hey, you have those clothes? Can I try them on? And my brother will bring me a bag of old clothes, and I'll try them on. And the truth be told, with me and my daughters and my wife, we went through it. We got a whole new at home outfits to wear.
Look at you looking sharp, man.
Yeah. Anyway, I thought, dang, that's red. I don't do red. I always do black because I'm fat and I want to look thinner. They say black is thinning.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
picked
that's
it-
why I got the black shirt on. Yeah.
Picked a bad time to talk about this.
Right.
But,
Yeah, when I
but
got mine.
it feels weird. But so I got the shirt. Hand me down. Hand me up. I don't know how you say that if it's your nephew. You know what I mean? But
Hand me up.
hey, because I'm moving on up. You know what I mean? And I know soccer's cool. It's the coolest sport in the world, and I know that.
You should learn like
It just wasn't when I was growing up in my mind. You
yeah.
know what I mean?
No, especially in the South.
Yeah,
It was
just
nothing.
But I'm not like I have a television. Anyway, I almost watched a soccer game. One time I landed in the UK and
One time I landed in the UK.
yeah. So and when I landed, I got to my hotel room. there was nothing on but this one soccer game, and I only remember one of the teams, and I was going for that team because they just looked the coolest, and it was the Tottenham Hotspurs or something like that.
Oh.
Tottenham was their name, and I think it's the Hotspurs. I'm not sure about that, but that was my team. So if you got a that's cool. I don't know, Dom. Dom really dogged my Man U shirt. Our producer really dogged my Man U shirt.
He did.
I didn't understand why, but I guess
he attacked you.
He did attack me verbally. And
you should have like your favorite Man U players. So in case anybody brings it up, you go, hey, David Beckham.
Words can be violent. Yeah. Like Odell Beckham Jr. What about him? What about
George
my grandson
Best.
named Beckham? Huh? What
George
about him?
Best. How about that?
See?
You know him?
No, but he's the best apparently.
What about
Writing his friggin'
Ronaldo?
name.
You know Ronaldo.
Yes, I know Ronaldo, of course.
Ryan Giggs. He's Mr. Man U.
Okay, I want to stop talking about soccer.
According to this article that I'm reading in front of you.
Patches
Act like-
O'Houlihan. Can we get back to how I felt audible scars from the verbal violence?
When he attacked you?
When
Our
he attacked
producer
me with
full-blown attacked you.
with the hole under his nose.
Does that have a number on the back?
No, not that I know of. I haven't seen
If it's
the
number
back.
69, it's Itchy McCracken. So, I don't know if that's
It's
him.
Ben Dune. Ben Dune and Phil McCracken. Patches O'Houlihan. He plays dodgeball.
Everyone knows that.
Everybody knows that. Even
Dominic.
the people who dog soccer.
All right, speaking of, let's get into this.
I doubled
We got
down.
we
Wait,
got
there
our
was
new.
two things I was going to explain.
What?
The shirt. Oh, the lighting.
Yeah, you're different. You're on a different.
I'm
Like
different.
the whole view is different. The vibe is
things,
different.
Two things happened that would affect me coming through to you visually. One, I cut the back 40 today, and by back 40, I mean about back 6 acres, and I got sunburnt. But another thing is when I got here and went to plug my stuff up, that is always plugged up. It's always in the same exact spot. I have a totally different computer, different system, all, and I came back, and the dang camera doesn't work, and so now I'm stuck using this camera on the MacBook.
Oh God.
And there's no filters. My skin's a wreck. Can we just get on with it? For the love of Jesus. If you're watching by way of television, I apologize for the way I look. And
Are you gonna get another computer?
No,
I'm scared.
I'm just gonna have my daughter come up here and fix the dang thing.
Are you gonna bury the camera?
I'm
The
gonna
back
dro-
6.
I'm gonna drop an elbow on it here. And I keep looking at it too, so I'm looking over the
Take
actual
it
camera.
down. Throw it around. Take it off.
49 bottles of beer on the wall. Sorry.
See,
Sorry.
you're looking on YouTube. You're now seeing his triceps.
Oh, those are those aren't triceps.
Those seps haven't tried in a while.
No, they haven't, and
Mine's
they're
never
more like
tried.
the lunch lady arms.
Eat your sloppy Joe.
Sloppy Joe.
Yeah.
Have we
Sloppy
done
Joe.
anything? Have we done anything but talk about my crappy lighting and my sucky
No.
soccer shirt?
But we've got our 2 new segments. One we debuted last episode. And
Patches
that's the meme of
O'Houlihan
the
brings
week.
you.
You're enamored of me. And it's the meme of the week, yeah.
Meme of the week.
Where we throw up a meme every week. We get our reaction off of it. Dirt Sheet Dom, throw up our meme of the week. Crows in Texas be like, ye call.
Oh, Lord.
He had all week to come up with a ye call. And he got us.
He got us for the e-call.
All right, dog. We got our new segment, the meme of the week. We're debuting a even newer segment, never been before.
I don't even know what it is. That's how new it is.
It's our 5-star segment of the week.
Oh, I do know what it is. We bury
Yeah.
ourselves and we bury each other. Bury
Well, look.
you and my friend and my brother.
All we do is read Meltzer give you 1 3/4 stars for every match you've ever been in. So we want to balance it out.
Hey, he hates me.
He does. And now
I
we're going
don't
to
know
give
that for a fact, but I'd bet on it. I know it. I'm pretty sure that I'm that much sure of it.
Well, here we go. We're going to balance it out. Instead of the 1 3/4 stars where you just get torn down by Meltzer,
Yep.
we're going to start on a high note, and we're going to throw up one of our Apple Podcast reviews.
Start on a high note.
Dom, throw it up there. Let's see it.
Oh,
Now,
turns out he didn't know.
I didn't. I didn't know. We got to guess because we
Let's
don't
guess
know.
that.
But it's from Azriel Sin, and he says, great pod with behind-the-scenes stories from one of the veterans of the Attitude Era. The podcast often goes in many different directions, often funny ones at that. But overall, I learned that Glenn Close was a lumberjack. Good times all around. 5 stars!
5 stars, dog. And if you don't like that, if you ain't down with that, I got 2 words for you. And I'll tell you what. What other podcast do you listen to that gives you information such as the breaking news on Glenn Close?
Nobody's done a deep dive on Glenn Close in a while.
Not like we have.
Last time there was a deep dive, it was a newspaper, not a podcast. You know what I mean?
There's a joke there, but I'm going to stand fast. Just going to stand fast and not say anything.
Well, people say I have a voice for newspaper and
Who, you?
a face
That's
for
not
news.
true. You have the voice of an angel.
Oh,
It's like an angel peeing in my ear.
boy, it's an angel with diabetes. I'll tell you that. And snores a lot, so his throat goes out a little bit. But here we go. We are going to get into the meat of this week's episode, Dog, and this is going to be a
We don't
fun
have another.
one.
Is that the only 5-star review?
No, we're gonna do one an episode. We're gonna start us off on a good note.
Well, because we only have 6, so about 6 months.
Well, I
in,
wasn't going to
6
say that, but yes, we do have to stretch. We have to stretch.
Stretch.
We'll accidentally forget it after
and
a while.
scene.
But send us your 5-star podcast review. We might read
If
it
you
right
want
on
us
the
to
show.
read it on the air, it better be 5 stars.
Oh, buddy, we got some ones we can read.
I guess we could have a new episode. We have a new 3 1/4 stars.
I was about to say, if you want them, we can
Yeah,
get
they're
into
there.
the dank ones a little
To me,
bit.
that would be funner. So
Okay.
I think maybe we open up with a 5-star. Look, guys, we're just what I like to call texting.
How about
Think texting.
wow?
Or
I mean, we're talking,
or
but yeah,
spitballing. Or
spitballing. Yes.
But if you're just doing it via text, you would say
Yeah, we
texting.
could send the low star ones over to our YouTube exclusives.
Oh wow,
Where-
that would be great.
where we
That
read
would
'em.
be great. Every week we would just read how horrible we are.
And by the way, that's going to last longer than the 5 stars. But
Or than the podcast. Or
never
than
run out of those.
mine or your tickers.
yeah, we'll never run out of those. Before we get into the episode today, Dog,
Man, you.
Boy.
Sorry.
you made a lot of headlines. We're not going to get into a lot of them.
Why not?
You broke the news. Well,
Oh,
you
sorry.
broke the
Okay,
news that Bray Wyatt had a new rider. Boy, that stirred some things up.
Anyway.
You also said that Omos had more upside than Andre the Giant and Big Show. You didn't say he was better than them. You said he had more upside.
Well,
But that
look,
stirred the pot, son.
Well, then stir that pot, Dog, and here, let me use my femur to do it with, because I still stand by what I said. I stand by it even I've dug in deeper since I got all the backlash, was holy mackerel, you have a year of work to judge this guy off of. You have literally how many years of Andre and then Andre on tape, and you know what I mean? So you see all of Andre. You've seen Big Show for 20 plus years. We've seen this guy for a year.
Yeah.
I mean, just to say, oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. I have no problem saying in 15 years, he'll probably still be doing this and may have made a name for himself, the likes of an Andre or a Big Show. And I don't think that's a stretch at all. And if anybody does, suck it was my famous catchphrase.
Well, look,
no,
couple things.
I don't care. I mean, you can disagree with that. That's you disagree with whatever you want to. You disagree with a lot of things that come out of my mouth, interwebs. But I stand by that. And I mean, the kid's, he's a great young man. He's the right human being. He's a hell of an athlete. I stand by it, man. The future's so bright. He's got to wear shades, but the shades are huge. like Cessna windshields. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just, your mama's so fat. I don't know.
Well, look, we just had the NFL draft a few weeks ago, and you see them all the time. This guy has great upside. Doesn't mean he's going to pan out, but he's got a upside that is great. You said that about almost, so let's see.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean he's better than them right now. You just said he has a lot of upside.
He ain't got a big, huge Hall of Fame ring. I'm just saying, if he stays healthy and continues to be the student of the game and the athlete, the top tier athlete that I think he is, the sky's the limit. And he's heads through the friggin' clouds. So.
And speaking of the draft, you were just on the WWE draft.
Well,
should we talk about your dance moves?
I'm not sure.
Talk about your glasses on your head. What should we talk about? You were jamming.
Let me tell you, I was jamming. From what I understand, only half of it made it on air, and the other half they just stayed on Sean walking to the thing. So good. Thank you, thank you, production team. I'll be over here being entertaining if you need me. But I'm just playing, but totally shooting. So I had a blast, and I'm being totally honest. It was so much. Look, to hang out with Shawn, 30-year story really short. Shawn Michaels was a guy I really wanted to punch in the face for a long period of time, and I was not alone. That's just a fact. The man today is such a different human being that he brings, I don't know, man, an energy and a lightness and I don't know, I love being around him. And I could be wrong, but I think the feeling is mutual. We had a good time hanging out that day. The next Monday was not near as fun because Sean was going out with somebody else, or Sean was, you know what I mean? I was cheating on Sean with Molly Holly. So and look, Molly was fun. We had fun together all day, but it's not, I don't know her for 30 plus years and grown up together. And you know what I mean? Like, it's just a different day. But I still had a blast on Monday too. So I loved it. Look, I got Sean over on Friday, and then I helped Molly Holly earn her Hall of Fame ring on Monday. So good stuff, man. Look at me.
Look at that.
Hey,
look at that.
Bag of John. Totally kidding about Sean and Holly, Molly Holly. They were always professionals, and I had such a great time hanging out with them. I want to talk briefly about the glasses on the head. Maybe there's a picture. I don't know. This is like somebody folded it up and put it in their back pocket, the picture that was just up there. But I'm wondering if there's a picture of me at this podium with the glasses on my head. And if there's not, just imagine fat
I thought you were going to bring him down to read the card.
Well, I'd memorized the card. Here,
nice.
I want to tell the story behind the glasses. Everybody and their brother came up to me and said, "Hey, don't forget your glasses are on your head. Hey, don't forget your glasses are on your head." So I looked right at the writer, and she said, "Don't forget to take your glasses off." And I said, "I'm leaving my glasses on just because I want to." And I walked out and left my glasses on. And I'm sure they were probably like, "God, take his glasses off." They're probably yelling at her backstage. But
there you go. I saw you, and I said, "Well, he had them because he needs to read the card."
Yeah.
And then you never touched him, and I was like, "What was he doing?"
So Monday, I kind of did touch him because I actually did need to read the card, and I'll tell you why. I couldn't remember the individual names of Pretty Deadly. They came to NXT after I left. I say it nicely, after I was fired. So they were there. I don't know I don't think I've ever met them, to be quite honest with you. And so I was having trouble with their name, and it's Elton Prince, and I kept just thinking Elton John and Prince. How can I forget that? Elton Prince and Kit Wilson. And I wanted to say Flip Wilson 1,000 times in my head all day. And
Elton John and Flip Wilson, ladies and gentlemen. Deadly pretty.
Oh God.
By the way, I saw them when they rolled through Huntsville a few months ago.
Yeah.
Boy, they are total heels. But let me tell you,
and have
they
fun
can go.
with it. Yeah, they can go. And they're heels because, especially in Huntsville in the South, you come looking like those dudes in the South, you're a heel. You know,
you had the high shirt with the pecs out.
Long hair, flowing hair, like it's everybody in there with a John Deere hat on.
I had never seen them until then.
Dripping tobacco out of their mouth. frothing mad.
I bet he ain't ever had gravy in his life.
You go back to where you're from.
I bet he don't even know what sun drop tastes like. You know, just
You ain't never had no story. Hey, we should get Pepsi products as a sponsor because
Yeah, we
Starry,
should.
I'm drinking Starry on the reg, dog.
drinking story.
I am. I put it over to my family. That's how strong I'm drinking it. I told my daughter, I said, hey, I don't know if you've tried it, but that Starry will get you.
Sorry.
It's fruity. It's fruity.
We'll get you. All right, let's get it cranking here because we got a fun one today and a lot of meat on the bone with 3 live crew, baby. Look at them. Look
these
at those
cats
gentlemen.
right here. That's called diversity. We could have just been called diversity.
What do you think of this picture when you see it?
Love.
Oh, incredible, man.
A big heart. A big old heart.
Well,
Look, I love those guys. So I don't know, man. It was just that felt right. I love that we're going to talk about this today because I love the gentleman that I got to live through it with. Don't remember a lot of it. Surprise, surprise.
Okay.
But do remember a lot of it. So walk
Let's
with
go.
me now.
All right,
down
you had
memory lane.
3 Live Crew. You had left TNA briefly in 2002, as we covered in the archives, but we'll
I don't
return
even know
later.
what you're talking about.
You don't remember
You could
that
be-
or
you
the
could be
archives? Yeah. But this early TNA run, did you enjoy yourself while you were doing the early TNA run?
So when we talk about early, or as I like to say, are we talking about
Pre-2002.
in Nashville? That early when we were?
Did
at the
you
asylum?
ever enjoy your TNA?
Because
Are you about to tell me beforehand and after was different, or is there a different periods?
No. Hammered.
Okay.
Hammered.
All the same across the board.
2000 to 2000
Whatever.
minus 13 years from now. 2000 and whatever that
That
is.
feels like 2000 to me. But yeah. 2010.
Yeah, so look, so I did have a good time. Got to work with Jeff, and I knew Russo, who was coming in and writing. And this is early stuff I'm talking about. Then when we started doing more 3 Live Crew stuff, that was more under Dusty's kind of regime a little bit. Dusty was in there with the peasants for a little while, and so 3 Live Crew kind of fell under his watch, and he let us play, man. So we had fun.
Whose idea was it?
You know, I think, look, me and Truth were a team in WWE, and we're going to do a future podcast on that team and the disintegration of said team, and then the firing of you-know-who. But that's a story for another podcast.
Nice tease.
Yeah, I don't know if you could drop that in
So,
somewhere.
was this yours, or did somebody come to you?
No, I think it was because all the people, Jeff was there, and everybody's there that knew me and Ronnie were a team in WWE. So we kind of put us back together. Conan was there too, and we were always together with Conan. Now, during that time, Disco Inferno, Glenn Gilbernetti, and a lot of the guys and Conan were hanging out with Russo, and so I don't remember exactly whose idea, whose mouth it came from, but it was all conglomeration of, look, we were the 3 that went out to the car and checked the tire pressure several times during the show. You know what I mean? Because safety was paramount, and so we would, we hung together, and that was well known. And
Was
we
this
liked rap music. I mean, we were 3 of a kind, to be quite honest. That's what's so beautiful about it, is three dudes, totally different backgrounds, totally different ethnicities, and we were all one. You know what I mean? It was very cool.
Hey guys, Double J, Jeff Jarrett. Need to call a timeout real quick here. I wanted to tell your listeners what I've been telling my world listeners for a while now. It's about all the incredible things happening over on adfreeshows.com.
An all-new edition of The Insiders is here, as Conrad welcomes David Saadi, the man behind so many iconic video packages WWF fans grew up on, including one that left Vince in tears.
You got it. And Conrad, I swear, I walked outside the studio and Vince was sitting down on the concrete floor, crying hysterically. just saying thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. I went up to told Kevin, he says, good job, can't wait to see it. 15 minutes later in the stairwell, Vince is still sitting down in a different spot now, crying, saying thank you. Thank you.
Jim Johnston created the soundtrack for generations of WWE fans, with some of the most iconic themes in history. Jim sits down with Conrad to take us behind some of those classic themes, including The Ultimate Warrior.
And then I recorded that. And then just over that, you're just doing. You know, it's so simple, but that's what felt like him.
Hey, that's just a small taste of what Ad Free Shows has waiting for you, including a brand new perk, getting to join in on the live recordings of the shows with 4 levels to choose from. See for yourself why Ad Free Shows is the best value in wrestling today. Sign up now at adfreeshows.com. That's right, sign up today at adfreeshows.com.
What was your first? Was this your first time sharing the locker room with Conan?
Yes. Yes. And
So
I
what did you think of him when you first met him? Instant?
Yeah, instant. Just chill vibes. And this was at a time when I didn't have any chill, and I don't think he did either. And so,
man, look at him. He looks incredible.
Oh man, he looks so incredible. And look, he was hugely over Attitude Era, even into TNA, even into Impact. You know what I mean? Like he was still, and even now he's behind the scenes running, the biggest stuff in Mexico, south of the border. So he's still definitely involved in the industry in a big way. Conan and Truth, both. I just felt like with both of them, it's the Midas touch. You know what I mean? Like whatever Conan did on the Arriba la Raza, you know what I mean? Like that stuff was infectious, man, and it was mob mentality, and it was cool, and it was very much of what I did, just in a different language. You know what I mean? And so it was, I don't know, it just all felt very organic that he and I, in Truth, he being Conan, would be a team.
When you were back in,
would do a threesome.
When you were, I'm sure that's the story we want to know. When you're back in TNA,
Manscaped. Sorry.
Did you did you keep in touch with Ron, or did you fall back in TNA, then got back in with Ron?
Yeah, I looked at, and that's how it. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm a horrible friend. But that's how it kind of is in wrestling. When the guy goes to another company or something, you kind of lose touch. But
not in a bad way. It's just he's out of sight.
Not in a bad way at all. And with Ronnie and with K-Dog as well, just like with Billy Gunn, Jeff Jarrett, I can count them on one hand. But those guys, I could actually count, and I'm very blessed, to be quite honest with you. I thought of a few when I said that would be angry that I left them out. However, if I could just remember what we were talking about. You
drop back in instantly as soon as you saw him.
Yeah. As soon as you see them, it's like you never parted ways. You know what I mean? And that's how it is. That's how it is now with Ronnie. You know what I mean? Honestly, the last time I texted him was like, I think it was his birthday, or he sent me like a new track he laid down, and he's forever sending me new music that he's doing. And man, I'm so jealous, because I would love, and I mean love, nothing better than to be sitting in a studio listening to him rap and thinking about what to do in the background on the hook, or you know what I mean? Like it's so much fun, and when we're together, music is really fun, and I think we're actually going to talk about that some more.
You think for like $7 he'd do our new theme song? $8.
I was going to say.
All right, you're driving a hard bargain. $9.
Yeah, $8.50 is what I was going to throw out, but I'll have to. He's doing a new TV show called Fatal Attraction, so I think we're going to see if we can't get him when they rap. So we'll see about that. Man, you. Here
we go. 3LK began as an on-screen entity June 18th, 2003. In the preceding weeks, yourself, Conan, and Killings appeared together on the pay-per-views in varying combinations, but June 18th was the first time all three of you appeared together, and at first you did spots where the three of you made fun of other TNA wrestlers and occasionally each other. Did you think it was all comedy when this all started?
Well, I was hopeful. I mean, truth be told, and we've talked about this before a lot on the podcast. What are you going to do to stand out? What are you going to? And this was different, and this was an opportunity to not take a bunch of bumps because I've done that already for 15 years at this point. What can we do to stand out? And we thought it would be funny to do what we did best. Bury people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's a real talent in the industry, but it's only fun if it's fun loving, you know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to really hurt people's feelings. I'm just in the UK they call it taking the piss. You know what I mean? I'm just having fun and just having a good time.
Is that something you run by the boys?
No,
or do you just go out and do it?
No, and the truth be told is I'd been running it by the boys the whole time in catering. You know what I mean? Out loud.
Yeah, this
in
was
front
stuff
of
already
everybody.
brought up. Yeah.
This was stuff that we joked about openly, and so that's why it was funny. And look, I also think that's why it worked, is because everybody's in on the joke. We're not hurtful. We're not trying to be hurt. It's just a joke. You know what I mean? We're all having fun here. You used to could do that back in my day.
Speaking of, on the first anniversary show of TNA, you asked some suggestive questions to Conan and Killings, including ribbing Conan on only having 2 moves.
Well, at this point he was older, but he did that rolling thing and threw that shoe hard. I'm just saying that shoe, those will get you.
Like, was
I
that a
learned
running
that- I
joke you
learned-
already did, or did you bring it up and then it turned into a running joke?
It was stuff that was already out there.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's only funny if everybody kind
Y'all
of gets
boys.
it, like I said, and everybody's in on it. And
Yeah.
yeah. So we had fun, man. And that was, look, it was, to me, it was like an older, more diverse version of DX. You know what I mean? It was almost like Grown Ups. You know what I mean? Like it's Adam Sandler and his friends, or they've had some fame independently, but now they got together and made a movie, and they're really funny too. So I just thought, and of course I'm Adam Sandler in the joke.
Well, of course, yeah.
But look, I loved it. I thought it was a great time.
The next
with
week,
2 great friends.
The next week, Conan and Ron Killings turned the table on you and interviewed you for the interrogation segment. They made fun of your trailer park trash image. James
GPG,
you did a down-on impersonation of Don West pushing baseball cards on a TV shopping channel.
God rest Don's soul, man. He was a great guy, and what a salesman. I guarantee you I didn't do it justice, that's for sure. Just thinking about Don and his family, man, he was a good dude.
I hate to insert myself into this, but
Yep.
I did get the privilege of meeting him
Yep.
at the StarCast. He would come from day one, and he would be working the merch table out there. And buddy,
Hey, and
I mean,
working-
I'd already heard the jokes and seen the sketches and all that,
Yeah.
but to see him in person,
In
it was
action.
like, I was working for StarCast. I was like, I'm going to buy that.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy an autographed Conrad picture. And he's like, you got 2 of them.
It's like he's your best friend. You can just ask him to do a selfie or something.
You did an impression of Don West. This is absolutely fun stuff.
Yeah.
Did you guys think you could draw money in TNA with this, or are you just going, hey, let's just see what happens?
No, look, this is totally for television. You know what I mean? This is for television, and you know that I always say this. You need to have the variety show, and I think Vince Russo is kind of the same mindset, and so we were the comic relief. You know what I mean? They could have some serious matches, some serious storylines with Jeff and the serious players. We weren't the serious players. And then when we had to get in the ring, it was like, for me personally, it was less than, because everybody's taking a hip toss and everybody's throwing a drop kick. Yeah. What everybody's not doing is being funny over here on the side for 3 minutes a week. You know what I mean? And to me, there's always room for that, man.
Mic work, a lot easier than wrestling, my friend.
Yeah. Not one time have I got a concussion from a microphone.
You were working various people on the Explosion show in Six Mans, including the likes of Nate Webb.
Oh, Spider Nate.
Current WWE producer, Abyss.
Oh, yeah.
And future Ring of Honor booker, Delirious.
Hey, who's Delirious?
You know, future Ring of Honor booker.
Hey, I'm sorry, Delirious. I know you, and I apologize, but I had to pop at that. How quick he was on that, and just reread it. It was comic gold.
Yeah.
So Delirious.
No, the knock
just
is on
know
me.
that- oh, was it? I'm sorry. I thought we were
No,
knocking Delirious.
No, that's what I meant. I was the one that did that with the line. You were laughing at me, not because
Yeah.
you didn't know who he was.
No, and I probably know exactly who it is, and I'll poop on
Delirious
myself
is
and not clean
Hunter
it up.
Johnson. Do you remember him?
No.
He had a kind of Hurricane Helms mask on. He was billed from Dante's Inferno and the swamps of Florida.
Oh God, I don't know. I bet he reeked though. The swamps of Florida reek of sulfur.
He had,
Hey, you're making it worse, Casio.
he's from the paper mill.
Cantonment. Hey, yeah, you keep describing him, and like, look, I don't remember him. I'm trying to tell you,
He was the head trainer for Ring of Honor.
That's him.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Delirious.
that looks
No
like
idea.
Hurricane Helms let himself go. You know,
Yeah, it's like Tomco ate Hurricane Helms.
that's
And
like
then-
Tropical Storm Helms.
I think that was Kenta photobombing him. I'm not sure. That was Patches O'Houlihan.
Was
photobombing.
when you guys are starting and you're working all the Explosion Show 6-man, was the plan for you to be a 6-man unit often, or be like the Freebirds where two of you would wrestle while the other would be on the outside? I should say New Day for our younger listeners,
to the
but
younger audience.
interchangeable. Was that the plan? Do you remember?
Yeah, no, that was definitely the idea, and also from look, because we weren't in any hot storylines, a 6-person tag is a cool match to have on television. You know what I mean? Like it can be dynamic. It can blow into something with a bunch of big dives and shotgun finish, and you know what I mean? Like a 6-man can be exciting. And so from a booker standpoint, holy mackerel, it was just like you guys could work with, and we'll talk about probably some of this, Team Canada. You guys could work with the 3 that you just mentioned, Delirious, Spider, Nate, Webb, and Abyss. You guys can work. They had three I forget who the other 3 guys were. Anyway, it could have been Tom, Dick, and Harry for all I know. So we weren't in a serious wrestling story. We were doing funny stuff on TV, and we were fun to book from that standpoint. Probably not going to dive into any heavy storylines, you know what I mean? But still have some fun and be on TV.
You also have great vignettes. You mock Jeremy Borash, who's an absolute saint. I don't know why you would go in. Shout out to Mr. Jeremy Borash.
Because
yes,
we're friends.
You went in on Russo, Goldilocks.
Yeah.
You mentioned Glenn Gilberti, a Sandman. You gave the fans crap. This is just incredible. Did anybody ever get their feelings hurt, or is everybody having fun?
You know, nobody ever told us. Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's all.
And truth be told, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know if stuff like that hurts your feelings. Sometimes I take stuff personal, so I'm guilty as charged, especially on here when I'm reading stuff from Meltzer. You know, how bad I suck. That hurts my heart, Dave. So,
but we just move on.
You're causing my mental health to disintegrate.
Instead of the Observer, let's go to the Torch, our friends over there. This is
much nicer.
From July 9th, 03. BG James, Ron Killings, and Conan had their weekly comedy segment where they sat at a news desk and read fake news items such as Disco stuffed socks in his trunks, Kobe Bryant harassed Juventud Guerrera, and Hoovy is dating Kid Romeo, and then mocking Steph and Sable as a pay-per-view match.
See,
you guys are having fun,
do you see
man.
what you're doing right now? You're laughing. You're having fun. That was the idea. What does the observatory Torch have to say?
Well, here's the story I want to hear, okay? Because this is rumor and innuendo, so I want to hear your story of it. 7/23/03, another 3 Live Crew segment aired titled B Jizzle Goes to Hood, and a one-note joke with James being scared of black people in the hood, ending with James dressed like an outlandish pimp. That is from the Torch. What do you remember
You know
of
what?
this?
You know what? Well, I remember every bit of this. And kudos to the Torch. They're very accurate in their reporting. They're very accurate. But
What?
so this is
This is so fun.
this is going to be good. So we, as you read, well, we'll probably get into some of this, but we went to each other's. I'm a white Southerner. We have Ron Killings, an African American male. We have a Latino male in Conan. So we're going to take each other out for each other's experience. Now, nowadays, we hear all about this, how it should be taking place nonstop. We were way ahead of our time in putting it on videotape for all to see.
Sure.
You ever seen that white baby and that little black baby run, and then they just hug?
Oh,
That was
yeah.
every vignette we did as 3 Live Crew.
Yeah.
So it was awesome. And so this particular vignette did have me going into what you would call the hood. And when I say, like, this is just in the neighborhood, this is, I don't know what else to call it, the hood. And there's people playing basketball, and we start to walk into the hood with the video camera and myself.
I didn't know you were coming.
No. So the basketball.
What city?
In Nashville.
Okay.
Downtown Nashville. So the basketball court clears, and I mean clears of 30 plus people.
Because they don't
And-
want the cameras?
No, heck, they don't want us. They don't even know us. Who are we?
Right.
And here we come. And so it clears. A dude rides up on a bike with a gun in his waistband and says, "Who you with?" And Truth stepped up in front and talked to the dude and told him what we were doing and why we were there.
We're with TNA.
Oh my God, dude, Borash was with us. I think it was Borash running the camera. Like, I don't even, it was the scariest, it was a very scary moment for me in my lifetime.
Oh, sure.
And look, I've been there before, but I was usually doing something in there I was usually with, so it was scary, man. It was very scary. Truth talked to the dude. We ended up shooting a little more and ended up leaving. We shot another one, and then I was so cool that I had a big velour purple. Anyway, it was racist and probably horrible, and I apologize for it all. But it was fun. We had fun because then we went to the trailer park. We went to a trailer park and shot some stuff because I was TPG. I was a trailer park gangster. That was
Sure.
I'm a road dog. I'm a trailer park gangster, BG James. And so I took them to the trailer park. They took us to a Mexican restaurant. We had fun.
Well, we're going to get to that. July
Seasons in
30th.
the sun.
July 30th, 2003, a 3 Live Crew segment aired with Conan introducing BG James and Ron Killings to Mexican food. It included a bathroom stall farting gag. Killings ordered orange juice and instead got tequila and proceeded to get drunk.
I'll never forget. There was one of the highlights of Truth was in our entrance video when he was drunk and he said something and then he went, and he like he was checking his pulse, but like his face, and he said that was in our entrance video. It was a classic.
By the way, it would get shut down so fast in the writer's room today, which is the sad part about it.
And the truth is, I think it's
Did
exactly
anyone
what
ever press
needs to be.
back?
No.
That was my point. All right.
No, and it's exactly the kind of stuff that should be happening more today, where you intermingle with other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or you don't cut them off. You actually grew up with them, so why not have friends? Like, you know what I mean? I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm so scared.
You mentioned it, 8603, another 3 Live Crew skit aired with Truth and Conan visiting BG James at his trailer park. It ended with James and Truth chasing away a weird native who kept stalking them. Conan, meanwhile, showed off a mullet wig they found in the trailer.
A weird native. Hey, so this is a buddy of ours, Eddie G, and he used to drive me up to TNA and worked with TNA for a little while with me, and so we've known him for a long time. So this was Eddie G, and he was with us, and so we said, hey, just take your shirt off and pop around the corner and like rub on your belly. So like every time Truth and Conan, they'd be in a thing, we'd turn around and there'd be this guy like rubbing his belly. And Look, we popped ourselves, and that was kind of mission accomplished. But I
How
think
did the trailer park welcome you when you walked in?
the blinds were all covered up with tinfoil already,
Yeah.
so nobody even knew we were there.
There was some
But this was,
labs back in there, brother.
This was back in in the day when you used to invest your money in rental properties and storage facilities.
8-13-03, Ron Killings, Conan, and BG James beat Vampire Warrior, a.k.a. Gangrel.
Yeah.
And Sin and Devin Storm when James pinned Sin at 450. Basic stuff, just a squash to showcase the characters of the three baby faces. Half a star.
Half a star.
When you started, did you think you would be baby faces or heels, or did you care?
No, we were going to be baby faces because no matter what the Torch or the Observer say, we were cool. So we were going to be attitudinal baby faces. The match was half a star. Is that what you said? A quarter star?
Yes, half a star.
Good. That's perfect.
Yeah, but that wasn't the focus. The point was, like he said, it was to showcase the three baby faces. Yeah. Working with Gangrel and even Devin Storm here, it's a big deal to finally debut on a pay-per-view, right?
This was Sin Bodhi we're talking about, right?
Look at that man right there.
Sin? That's Crowbar.
Yeah. Is that Devin Storm?
Yeah, yes. He's been around forever, man. And
by the way, one of the nicest guys ever.
Yes. He is a babyface. Literally worked with him a million times, and he never got enough credit in this industry because he's been around and been around a lot of places for a long time. I hope he's doing all right. I don't know what old Devin Storm, a.k.a. Crowbar, is doing.
He was at Ric Flair's last match.
Can I read something that the the producer Dominic just read?
Oh no!
I slept on his hotel room shower floor.
He's wrestling this weekend. There's a lot going on there. Dom, we don't have time for this.
Let me ask you: was it a tub situation? Did you sleep in the tub?
Did you purposely,
or did you sleep by the crapper? Like, I just want to know.
Did he knock you out
logistically? Yeah, did he roofie you?
We drank at the what was it called, the WrestleCade?
I didn't know. God, is that you?
I was about to say that.
Yeah. We drank at WrestleCade, and then I got over to his hotel room, and like he laid down blankets and stuff for me on his hotel floor, and then I woke up awake in his shower stall. And
that means Dom got sick. That's what that means.
He woke up.
When I saw him,
he was sore and missing a kidney.
Something was up.
And Dom is now an organ donor.
Hey,
so that's cool.
Can I say something? I'm sorry I asked.
Okay. Apology.
Yeah, from now on, let me and Dogg do creative. Your creative sucks.
No, I don't know. It wasn't bad. But I do. There is more to unpack in that story. I can tell you that much.
Well, when I saw him, he was hanging out with Kwee and the voice of Monday Night Nitro, whoever that guy's name is, and they were all three awesome and having a blast.
Who was the voice of Monday Night Nitro?
What's his name?
Mike Pinzer, Dave Pinzer.
No, he did the NWO.
I still don't know. You didn't know?
Oh, I know. If I'm gonna see him and know it, but he was there. He was a good guy. We had a blast. All right.
Yeah, he's very, very good, very memorable.
Let's go back to Dogg.
To who?
Road Dogg, BG James. Excuse me.
He sucks.
Here's the question: was Ron unhappy that he went from being NWA champion just a year ago and now he's in TNA doing comedy sketches, or is that the beauty of Ron Killings? He's ready to go with whatever.
Yeah, I'm losing connection. No, with Ron, I said it before, man. The Midas touch. You cannot go wrong with Ron Killings, whether it be inside a wrestling ring, whether it be in a music studio, whether it be in a backstage. He's just a genius, man. With the Midas touch, he's hurt right now, but I guarantee you he can come back on TV, do one thing funny, and it's like he was never gone. And so I love Ron to death. And I don't know what your question was about us, but I love
him being from NWA champ less than a year before this.
I don't think Ron as long as his money wasn't different, which I don't know what his money was. I knew what mine was. I never asked Conan what he was getting. I never asked Ron what he was getting. It wasn't about that to me. It was about us having fun and me keeping the lights on. And if baby needs a new pair of shoes, we can get them Shacks. You know what I'm saying?
82703, 3 Live Crew fought Shane Douglas and Sin and Slash with Father James Mitchell, by the way, to a no contest in 7 minutes and 15 seconds. The finish was real sloppy and contrived looking ending when Mitchell, CM Punk, and Julio De Niro all interfered. Dog, this was your first time. Was this your first time working with Punk? You remember?
Well, yeah, it would have been. Well, you know what? I may have worked an indie show with him prior to this.
But for sure on television, this has got to be.
Yeah,
first,
for sure,
right?
for sure. And I probably did. The first time I worked with him, I may be making that up. I may be just doing that to write off.
Close, if not, though.
Yeah, very close.
Do you think TNA would have benefited from having a trio title? And the reason I ask, September 24th, Simon Diamond, Glenn Gilberti, and David Young defend the NWA Tag Team titles in a 6-man against you guys. Earlier, you were doing a rap concert, and they interrupted and laid you guys out. So there's a lot of guys going on here, and you're having a lot of 6-man matches. This could have been something hot for TNA, couldn't it?
Yeah, I think so. But the fact that you called it trios make me want to climb through the interwebs and slap you in the face.
I forgot whose side we're talking about. A 6-man title.
Yeah. No, look, well, the 3 guys that you mentioned are great dudes and great friends and great workers. And so you could have totally carried a 6-man. I think we could have been the 6-man champs for sure. And just did a story with them every now and then. You know what I mean? With a Team Canada, with a Gilbernetti and whoever
Simon Diamond, David Young.
Simon Diamond and David Young.
Simon Diamond was great on Saved by the Bell.
Oh, he was. But I think you're thinking of his brother.
Oh, okay.
His brother was
his brother Neil? Was his dad Neil Diamond?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like, what was that song Neil Diamond sang that everybody would sing?
Sweet Caroline.
Sweet Caroline.
Ba, ba, ba.
Good times never felt so good.
Soda.
We've never been drunk at a bar.
We have not. That's the weird part.
Oh, turn on your heart light.
Would winning the NWA Tag Team titles have meant something to you at this point in time, or like you said? I mean, you said you were just focused on getting the check and paying the bills, but would that have meant something to you at that point, or were you in a different mindset?
No, it would not have been anything to me at that point. But saying that out loud at this point hurts my heart. You know what I mean? Like I wish it would have. It does mean something. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. In a phony baloney world, when a company trusts you enough to put their titles on you, and I mean that's success in this industry, if you ask me. And I don't know. Everybody, I'm a hypocrite too. Everybody else is too. You know what I mean? But it's the truth. Like, I don't know. That means something. And again, thinking about it now, clear-headed and going like, yeah, the NWA Tag Team Championships, yeah, that'd have been pretty cool to have on my repertoire. You know what I mean? But at the time, no, could have cared less.
Dog, here's what you should be caring about, and that is gut health. Gut health, if it's not in the right spot, it can change.
Have you seen my gut? Life. Have you seen the size of this gut?
No, that soccer jersey's doing a great job hiding it. But
thank you, man. You
probably, how about this? You probably started playing soccer because you're in shape because you've been taking AG1. Athletic Greens, baby.
AG Greens.
1 scoop once a day, every day is going to give you more energy, optimize immune system. If if you're like me, I hate taking pills. I hate taking vitamins.
Yeah.
And if you want that supplement that actually tastes great, you want to see what the hype is about.
And covers it all. Covers
all
it all
in one
scoop once a day.
It's got this
boom,
I don't know how to describe it. It's like a tropical flavor. You know what I mean?
It's like tropical people dancing on my tongue.
I don't know what's in there. I, don't know,
I mean,
pineapple,
their
maybe?
feet are dirty, but
Yeah.
they taste like pineapples.
It's like a little tropical flavor going down.
I know it's weird to say this, and I know I apologize to all who are offended by such.
Okay.
The gut health is where it's at, and the quality. I'm just gonna say HQPs, high quality poops. To be normal and to be regular is important, especially when you're old and or fat, and or don't plan on eating right anytime soon.
Sure.
So those things are important, and that's why AG1, what's it called?
Athletic Greens. Everybody calls it AG1, but
yeah, that's what my wife says. Yeah.
Is your wife take it every morning? Is that what she does?
Yes,
Wake up and scoop it and go?
Yep. She puts it in her little morning. She puts several things in there. Some of them I don't know. I don't
like a little smoothie action.
I don't want to talk about on camera.
How about this? Here's what
That's for
she's getting.
Fans only club.
Yeah.
You gotta
sign up for that to watch your wife eat AG Green, Athletic Greens. 75 high quality vitamins, minerals, whole food sourced ingredients, probiotics, which is that's what you're talking about, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. Energy, recovery, focus, and aging. It helps all of it, son. Plus, they make it real easy to travel with.
Yeah,
dog.
yeah. They even give you the daggum shaker.
They're ready to go.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe us, go online. Go check them out for yourself. Athletic Greens has over 7,000 five-star reviews. That's about 6,990 more than we've ever gotten here on this podcast. Recommended by professional athletes and trusted by leading health experts such as Tim Ferriss and Michael Gervais. By the way, go online. If you're ever looking up Athletic Greens, you want to know what this company's about. They're created when the founder experienced a ton of gut health issues, ended up on a complicated supplement routine to recover that cost him $100 a day. So he created Athletic Greens after experiencing how difficult it was to create an optimal nutrition routine on your own. How about that, dog?
Yeah, it's so cool. You know, everywhere they have around in bigger cities, especially these drip tanks or whatever they're called, where you go in and you get IV fluids run through you and stuff. This is one shot in the morning, and all that stuff is good. You're good to go. You know what I used to do is take handfuls of vitamin C, vitamin B, vitamin D,
all of it.
You know what I mean, and all this, and then it would hurt my stomach if I didn't eat or didn't. So this is in my morning constitution, I'll say. It's just one scoop once a day. You're done, and gut health is what it's all about, especially if your gut's as big as mine.
Right now's the time. It's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. It's just one scoop in a cup of water every day. Like we said, that's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. And to make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you got to do is visit athleticgreens.com/DOGG. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/DOGG.
I was going to say, oh, you didn't know. And I thought, wait, that's not how it works.
Dog, you can take ownership of your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. It's at my house. It's at Road Dogg's house. It can come right to your house as well. One more time, athleticgreens.com/DOGG. All right, DOGG.
I love myself.
From the Torch, 10-15-03, 3 Live Crew was not booked for last week's pay-per-view.
Good thing I said I love myself before we read this part.
You were not booked for the pay-per-view. Road Dogg got the word late and decided not to attend the pay-per-view since he wasn't booked. Conan made the trip and worked as the color commentator for the Spanish announce team.
I'm just kidding.
And Ron Killings also made the trip and made it known that he was not happy with being left off the show. Dog, was there ongoing issues with getting TV time and finding out things about this? Was this all part of the story?
I have no memory of this because I wasn't there. I stayed home. I found out we weren't booked, so I stayed home.
Was it a mad thing, or you just went, I'm not needed?
I really don't remember, to tell you the truth. it probably wasn't a mad thing, but it's also a thing. Like, I don't know. That's just efficient, if you ask me. If I'm not going to be booked, why would you want me to? You're going to get me a hotel. You're going to get me a rental car. Or, you know what I mean? You're going to get me a flight. You're going to bank all that money and and I'll sit here. So anyway, I don't know why the other two went. To be quite honest with you.
What was your relationship with Double J at this time?
It was good.
Up and down? Did you think he was handling business correctly, or?
Yeah. Look, I never questioned Jeff's. I always thought Jeff was head and shoulders above me in this game, and I didn't know this was a thinking man's game and a businessman's game. I just thought it was fun to wrestle and have fun. So I always looked up to Jeff for his business acumen, and so I didn't doubt him ever. And look, I don't know what he thought of me during that time, but I was hammered all the time, so I don't think I cared. But we never got into it or nothing. You know what I mean? Like, we were always friends.
Rod Killings would win a 10-man gauntlet in November to earn the 3LK title match to take on Simon Diamond and Johnny Swinger. It would end in a double pin, holding up the titles before you guys come back the next week to win the tag team titles.
What a great
big moment for
story.
you guys. Look at that.
Look at us. I'm not even in there.
I mean, you're not there, but look at that great moment.
I probably stayed home again. Anyway, we won the title. They won the titles.
There's a ton of talent in that tag team division, including America's Most Wanted, by the way.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. Did you guys see yourselves as the guys that could help get other people over?
100%, especially young heel teams, you know what I mean, at the time. And even later on when Billy came aboard, I still thought we had some decent matches with some young tag teams like the Motor City Machine Guns and stuff like that. And so, I don't know. I thought of us that way anyway.
To begin 2004, you perform a new song live at the Asylum. What was the making of the music process for you three?
Man, so what, it just took me back, reading the notes and kind of going through this in my head, took me back to the times in the recording studio when all three of us would be in there. And it was so cool, man. We each of us brought something different to the table, but it all complemented each other. And really, if you go back and listen to, it's the proudest. Look, With My Baby Tonight is a really cool song that's made a ton of money, for anyone, other people other than myself. But really the music I love the most is my 3 Live Crew music stuff. And we have like 2 or 3 different entrance musics that we had, and some of them were really fun and really good, I thought. And so, look, that's, of course, my biased opinion. But I had such a great time doing it. And, Ron Killings, there was a big black cat outside the recording studio, and Ron is scared of cats. He thinks they'll steal your soul at night.
They'll steal your breath. Yeah.
That's so a fact. He would, like the first time the cat showed itself was probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen. But then seeing the cat like post up by the door and Ronnie having to leave the door and to go back in, and several times there was some comedy gold there. But I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. Go back and listen to that music if you're a TNA fan at all. Some of those entrance songs that 3 Live Crew did, I love them, and I think they stand the test of time, being entertaining and good music. So,
well, here we go. You're in November. You're getting the tag titles. In January, you would drop the tag team titles to the infamous tag team of the Red Shirts.
Oh, those sons of... Wait, who?
That was a security faction, if you will. Kevin Northcutt and Joe Legend.
Oh, I know Kevin, bless his heart. Kevin was fighting the same demons I was fighting for a long time. I actually don't have any idea where Kevin Northcutt is right now, but he was actually a budding star in the industry. This was like his... I knew him from the indie circuit here in the Gulf Coast. And then Joe Legend, of course, is literally a legend in the northern United States and Canada.
Is this to put them over?
Oh yeah. We're giving them the opportunity. You know what I mean? They're the guys now. They're gonna be the tag champs. And so it was definitely to give them a little shiz of, and they deserved it.
After that, you guys mostly appearing in dark matches and on Explosion. Why do you think something changed? Was there issues backstage? Do you remember something happening, Dog? You went from tag team titles to 4 months later, you're doing dark matches.
Yeah, look, truth be told, I think it 4 months is a good 4 months. Degeneration X didn't even last that long, I don't think. But truth be told, like 4 months is about right. What I mentioned to you earlier was, from a booking standpoint, to have me and Ronnie and Conan to do the dark matches, to have fun, to go out there, it was worth our weight in gold. And like I said, I don't know what they were making, but I wasn't getting rich down there, but I was paying my bills. So thankful to Jeff and to God for that.
Yeah.
But you know, you bring them in, you have a dark match. We did have a story. We maybe propped the titles up a little bit. Maybe, you know what I mean? There's an argument to be made there. These older wrestlers that were big somewhere else have these titles, and then these new guys that are coming up beat them for them after 4 months. So I don't know. I don't remember. It's probably all my fault. I was probably drunk or stoned or high, whatever. And honestly, it probably was, but I don't know to tell you that. So if it was my heat to take, I'll take it.
Ron gets pushed for a while as a single and even becomes world champion for a 2-week reign. Why do you think they always did a start-stop push with him, Dog? Did you ever remember him saying frustrations or anything like that? Or, again, he's MVP and rolling with everything?
I have never heard... Ronnie would come and say, hey, is this okay? Or what do you think about that? And I would always give him sound advice from my vantage point. And Ronnie, I don't think I've ever heard him complain about anything. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, he's kind of like I am. Like, holy mackerel, we're blessed to do this job and get paid to do it. Like, tell me what to do. You know what I mean? Like, I think he had seen the other side of, he had been an entertainer, then he'd got in trouble with the law, and then he'd come out on the other side, and he got into this industry. And so he knew, you know what I mean? Like, hey, I got to keep my nose clean, and hitching his wagon to me was not helpful in that scenario. But I got fired soon, and he became the world champ again.
Eventually, 3OK would return and feud directly with Jarrett and his hired guys, the elite guard of Sean Hernandez, Chad Collier, and Onyx, which was assembled by Jeff specifically to foil the ethnic diversity of 3LK. Did TNA, you guys were really leaning into racial storylines here.
It's diversity.
It's diversity.
I want you to repeat that after me. State your name. Look, I don't remember this part. I probably got fired or quit soon after.
Well, on July 21st, 2004.
This is it? This is when I get fired?
No, it's the biggest 3LK match of the year.
What?
Yeah. It's a guitar on a pole match. 3LK teams with the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty Rhodes, baby.
And the living legend, Larry Zbyszko.
Let me tell you something, Brian.
Well, that's your Terry Funk, too.
Yeah, sorry.
And your
Terry
Glenn
Funk
Close.
Is everybody, yeah.
Your Glenn Close.
I'm horrible.
And your Steven Seagal.
Is Glenn Close British? Why does Glenn Close sound Scottish?
Let me tell you something. Glenn Close here.
You son of a bitch.
I'm going to get that Academy Award if it's the last thing I do. You took on Jarrett, the Elite Guard, and Ken Shamrock.
God,
buddy,
here we go again.
I can only imagine what this was like putting together.
I can only imagine. I guarantee you when they put it together, I wasn't there.
You're like, I can only imagine what it was like.
I can only imagine what it was like because I wasn't present.
Well,
I probably just said, Shamrock, let's me and you do something at the end.
Just talking about this. The Elite Guard, Jeff Jarrett, Ken Shamrock, Larry Zbyszko, 3OK, Dusty Rhodes. What a lineup.
I'm taking some bumps in this match, is what you're saying. What you're saying is, you better put your bumping boots on. But yeah, it was awesome to work with Larry and Dusty.
Well, let's talk about it, because eventually 3OK would feud with Team Canada. Like you mentioned before, even featured Dusty returning as the Midnight Rider at one point. Tell me about working with Dusty at this point in his career.
Well, it was awesome because, truth be told, I got to work with Dusty very briefly when I was doing jobs at WCW, and actually had a couple of encounters where the heels that Dustin was in a story with got heat on me and my brother, and Dusty and Dustin came out and made the save, and it was leading up to their match. You know what I mean? So I felt like even though I was a job guy, they used me in this storyline, even though it was just to get heat on us. You know what I mean? But it was meant enough for them to come out and make a save on us anyway. But I wasn't being booked by Dusty at that point. I just kind of worked under him briefly. I got to spend a lot of time with him here in TNA and really get to know him from not a peer, because I dang sure wasn't his peer, but a booker worker relationship. You know what I mean? Like we talked, we hung out after the show sometimes, and they sat out there and drank and smoked cigars, and I would run back and forth to my room and do 8 balls. But it was, and then we would hang out. So I got to know Dusty this time. I really got to know Dusty fast forward to about 20 years, and I'm sober, and he's at NXT, and we're down there doing TVs, and we sat in Gorilla for literally 8 hours every Tuesday or whatever, and told stories, man, and really got to know him down there. So I loved working with and for Dusty Rhodes.
Hey, this is Cash Wheeler with FTR, aka one half of the greatest tag team of all time, saying go right now, savewithconrad.com, and I promise you, you won't regret it.
If I could say take advantage of one thing with First Family Mortgage, it is the knowledge that they have, because they have knowledge far beyond just the loan process, and they can help you out with all of that.
That's how confident I am with working with these people. Like, I'm going to keep buying, and I'm going to keep going back.
SaveWithConrad.com. NMLS number 65084, Equal Housing Lender. Woo!
From the Torch in the main event of TNA's first 3-hour pay-per-view, November 7th, Victory Road, Jeff Jarrett retained the NWA World Heavyweight title against Jeff Hardy in a ladder match. Halfway into the match, Hardy leaped off a ladder with a swanton splash on Jarrett, at which point Scott Hall ran to the ring, gave Hardy a razor's edge. Nash later walked towards the ring. Jarrett stopped just short of grabbing the NWA title belt dangling over the ring, got slack-jawed, and waited for Nash to walk to the ring. Nash held 2 guitars, and when Nash got to the ring, rather than defend Hardy, he handed Hall a guitar. They took turns beating Hardy just as Hardy was about to grab the belt. Jarrett then grabbed the belt to win the match. After the match, Nash and Hall issued an open challenge. AJ Styles, Conan, BG James, and Ron Killings answered it as everyone brawled. Randy Savage made a surprise appearance in the aisle,
he's there.
And the show ended. A lot going on here.
Hey, but think about that. Honestly, what year was this, did you say? 2003?
Yeah, this was November 7, 2004.
So, yeah, 2004, and Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Jeff Jarrett, Road Dogg, Conan,
Jeff Hardy,
AJ
Ron Styles,
AJ Styles, and Randy Savage, all hitting the ring. Like, that's the truth of it. Is it was really good TV, but nobody was watching it. You know what I mean? It was it just wasn't getting any viewers. And truth be told, it was doing good numbers when it first started going to Spike, and was doing as good a numbers as some shows are doing today. You know what I mean?
Well, do you remember any plans for you to work with Hall and Nash?
No.
Okay.
But I'm sure that was you know what I mean? Why wouldn't it have been the plan?
Yeah, while we're here,
I probably just got hammered and quit or something.
Maybe that was the plan. What was it like to see Randy Savage again after the 3 years he was out of the business?
Well, it was cool. He had totally changed his look, but Randy was Randy, and he always has been. And so it was good, but it was good to see him again. You know what I mean? And he was back, and he was ready to go. And he's Randy Savage. You know what I mean?
Your tag team title run comes to an end next month when Team Canada regains the titles. Then in 2005, 3OK would somehow get aligned with Jeff Hammond against
Gear Jamming Jeff Hammond.
Gear Hammond Jeff Hammond against Shazarian of Michael Shane and Frankie Kazarian.
Yeah.
What a great name that is.
Of course.
Did 3LK stop meaning anything at this point?
It never did, guys.
There you go. That's the correct answer. When you hear Billy Gunn was released and coming into TNA, did you think that would be the end of 3LK?
Yes. I'm going to start answering just these one-word answers.
I like it.
Okay.
The story is that you guys are friends, but Billy, initially the Outlaw, was sabotaging 3LK. At Lethal Lockdown in April of 2005, you're across the ring from Billy for the first time in a long time. You guys specifically do not work together. Did you think there was a better story that can be told of you resisting going back together with Billy?
Well, look, I don't know if you've seen the movie Brokeback Mountain, but I can't quit him, okay?
Yeah.
So when Billy comes back, I go with Billy. That's enough said.
What else
He's Billy Gunn. Now, sure, he cheated on me a minute with Chuck, but that was just a momentary lapse of judgment. He is back now. Sure, he has been scissor me timbers all over town.
But you're fine. Welcome him
back. That's to be
back.
expected from a man with an arse like that one.
You are on a break right now. It's fine.
We're just on a break.
Yeah.
When he was in Canada, I let him do what he wants to do.
You are scheduled to team with DDP at Hard Justice, but travel problems lead you to not being there. Did you have travel problems? Did you miss a flight?
I think this is when Hurricane.
Oh, those actual travel problems. Okay.
Yeah, I think Hurricane Ivan hit, and I remember I may be totally. I'm not making this up. Hurricane Ivan did hit at some point in the world. It may not even hit my house.
It's fact.
Yeah, that part is a fact. The rest of this horse crap is just me talking. But I do remember Jeff calling and saying, "Well, can't you drive down here?" I said, "Jeff, I can't get out of my driveway.
I'm trying to survive.
There's 11 trees down in my yard." Oh, Lord.
You're not there, so Ron takes your spot, but they would lose to Outlaw and Monty Brown. Monty Brown is the name that is not. Team. Hey, Monty Brown's the name that's not mentioned enough. Did TNA mess up with him? What's your thoughts on Monty Brown?
No. I think Monty Brown had a bright future before him. He simply stepped away from the industry for reasons, for personal reasons. You know what I mean? Like it was, and I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was just life. He was just needed to do something different, and I don't know if it was family or what, but he just stepped away, and he had to. You know what I mean? It wasn't a choice, and they tried to get him to stay. Tried hard because I think he was a huge star in the making. He wasn't scared. He was a great athlete. He looked incredible. When I say he wasn't scared, I just mean like he wasn't scared to try stuff, to go out on a limb and be himself and be crazy. And maybe people laugh at him or maybe they don't. You know what I mean? But he was out there, and I love that about him.
The story is that Conan didn't trust you. He didn't even consider you a member of the team, but Ron still did. You promised 3OK that you would prove where your loyalty is at Slammiversary when Ron took on the Outlaw. You would take a chair from Outlaw to stop him from using it, but you wouldn't hit him with it.
No.
Dog, this is some good stuff, by the way.
Well, don't ask the torch.
Did you have any hand in this creative?
Oh, I couldn't have, because it's good. We all know what the Torch and the Observer thinks about me and my abilities in this industry. So apparently Conan and Billy Gunn are really good at this.
You and Conan would later team up to take on America's Most Wanted, but the Outlaw distracted Conan. You weren't able to tag out and took the pin. That would leave you walking out on 3LK and stop appearing with them, Dog. However,
there were some contractual obligations that I had to fulfill, signing at a Walmart, and there was an anniversary and a bar mitzvah.
O'Reilly's.
Yeah, we signed at O'Reilly's, and then the Leibowitz bar mitzvah. We had to do that before. And I blame Rico for that.
Well, here's the crazy part. You also refused the Outlaws' advances, Dog.
Well,
despite Outlaws changing his name
to
Kip James in Brotherhood with
took my
BG.
last name.
Wait. You both got the initials BG.
Yeah, we should have just left it right there.
It's the BG squared.
He went with Kip.
Yeah, he messed it up. That's a neat little wrinkle, but he messed it up. At No Surrender, Kip and Monty defeat Conan and the Truth, and you appear at the end.
You know what's funny is Kip's real name is Monty.
Is it really?
Yeah. And
I don't know if
Kip
you're
is
ribbing me or not.
No, I'm dead serious. Monty Sop, that's his real name. And Kip was his nickname.
Kip Sop's a good name, though.
Yeah, that's cool as crap.
If I could
right?
make
And
up a cool name,
he's a
Kip
cowboy
Sop's
too.
one of
He
them.
rode bulls.
Let's go.
I texted him the other day. I was in Fort Worth, Texas, in a hotel room that had bull print everything. You know what I mean? Cow hide everything. And I was watching. I said bull print. You thought anyway? I was watching professional bull riding on ESPN, and I just had to text Billy right then and there. I said, if that ain't telling me to tell you I love you and I miss you, I don't know what is.
And he said, "Scissor me, Daddy."
And he just sit back like the bird emoji. No. He always responds in kind.
At No Surrender, Kip and Monty defeat Conan and the Truth. You appear at the end and you refuse to help either team. At this point, Truth and Conan had begun calling themselves Two Live Crew.
Well, that hurts my feelings.
This would blow off at Sacrifice when you're named the special guest referee for a tag match.
Oh,
here we
snap.
go.
I didn't even remember this. This is good. Okay.
Truth and Conan against Kip and Monty. You're the special guest ref. You would stop Kip from using a steel chair and attack him to lead to 3 Live Crew reuniting.
What?
Did you think there was a lot more to this story?
I have no idea where we're at right now.
Awesome.
In the chronicles of history.
I love you're reliving it as we tell it.
Yes, that's why I popped when I was the special guest referee. I had no idea that swerve was coming.
Kip would keep saving you, though, from the likes of Team Canada to Conan's team.
He can't quit me either.
He can't deny you. At Bound for Glory, Kip asked to be in your corner to neutralize Scott D'Amore.
Yeah.
And even though you lost, Kip did save 3LK. By the way, you got
I
to
love 3LK.
By the way, you got to work with, we brought up Scott D'Amore.
Yep.
You got to work with him. He was very young in the business at the time. So was Eric Young. Look how young all of them look, by the way. That is
so good, man. Little Petey Williams.
Bobby Roode's there.
Petey Williams invented the whatever it's called.
What's that called?
Backflip pile driver, Fernum. Dom, I bet, knows what it's called.
What do you?
Oh, wait.
Canadian
Destroyer. God, it was
How about that?
it was on the tip of my safest quay.
On November 26th episode of Impact, BG brought Kip and the 3OK to the ring and asked the Truth and Conan to give Kip James a yes/no vote on being accepted into the group.
It's
after
either 4 Live Crew or 2 Live Crew.
Well, after BG got heated with Conan, both gave Kip yes votes, and 4 Live Crew was born, my friends. That night, Kip James had a fight with NWA World Champion Jeff Jarrett, always putting himself over, and almost won before the usual interference tipped the match in Jarrett's favor. What did you think of 4LK, Dog?
Well, I'll tell you this much. Jeff hurts my feelings and stretches the limits of my integrity every time he wrestles. He cheats. He uses shortcuts and
somehow ends out on top.
Hijinks and shenanigans.
Oh,
I don't know what to think of you, Jeff.
Crudité.
He uses a lot of crudité.
Yeah.
But Billy, he had my back, Jack. But so we had his back too when he faced Jeff Jarrett for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
On December 11th at Turning Point 2005, Conan hit Kip James with a steel chair at the end of their match with Team Canada. He also hit BG with the same chair. He offered his companionship to the Truth, but Killings was extremely upset, yelling at Conan to hit him as well, thus ending the team. You got to be sad to see it end, Dog.
Crew.
Yeah, that fast.
But truth of it is, it was Billy. Like, he ruined the whole thing. It's his butt. I can't, you know what I mean? It's like a laser beam.
What are some of your favorite memories with the group and those guys themselves? When you think back, 3 Live Crew.
The camaraderie, the of course, the checking the tire pressure in the parking lot, but not only that, the coming back in and then shooting a vignette with those same friends and popping each other and popping the guy who's shooting, and we have to do it again because he had to, he busted the audio. Like, I don't know, man. It was just really fun it was a fun period of time, even though it was a dark period in my life personally. Like when I went to work, I had a good time. I just really didn't care about much else.
Does this, in terms of career, like you said, we won't go personal life, but in career, is this ranked pretty high in your highlights of your career?
Yes, for me personally, 100%. Because I loved the people I worked with, and that goes. The list goes on. You know what I mean? We talked about a lot of them with Jeremy Borash, and I mean just the people who, Jeff and Russo and Conan and Truth and Glenn Gilberti and Scott Demore and just so many that were all there and we're all on the same team. Abyss, and the Dudleys came in at the end, and so I don't know. Yeah, I had a great time, and I'm proud of 3 Live Crew. Like I really am. I like the team. I like the team name. I like the music we made together. I like the TV we made together. So yeah, look, I didn't make the most money doing this, but I had a crap load of fun with some good friends of mine. You know what I mean?
Incredible.
Meet some friends of mine.
Oh, nice. Well, South Park there.
Yeah, I didn't know if you'd get it or not.
Dog, before we get into fan questions, want to tell everybody about our
Fan questions. Sorry.
Oh, nice.
Sorry, that was a new song I'm working on for fan questions.
Can you sing this as well? Fight Plus.
Fight Plus, 1,000 hours a week. Or something
Look
like
at
that.
you. It is 1,000 hours live action every year.
Oh, year. My bad.
Not a week. That would be
sorry.
a lot.
That
I
would
don't
be a
even
lot.
know if there's 1,000
There's
hours
not.
in a week, but
There's
yeah.
not, I can assure you.
There's a library of 4,000 hours on demand plus exclusive content. Fight Plus is the ultimate digital platform for live sports and entertainment, and they're now offering a free 7-day trial at tryfite.com. That's TRYFITE.com. They are great partners of ours, and they support us, so let's support them.
Yes.
What's the downside to getting 7-day free trial of all the fight content you can think of?
And now look,
I don't see one.
No, there's not one, to be quite honest with you, because on Twitter, when I see some of that World Star stuff, like I don't get to see all of it. Like this, I get to see from bell to bell with the fights here. And so, yeah, this is an awesome no-lose situation for any fight fan globally. Again,
give them a free 7-day trial, and you'll be a member for life. That's tryfite.com, TRYFITE.com, and we thank Fight Plus for all of their support here at you.
Thank you, Fight Plus, for all of your support. Oh, you didn't know? You better act somebody. The D-O-double-G-N-K, quick, we're getting rowdy. Hey, the producer said he wanted to make South Park spinoff tees, but how could we make those when we're both Cartman?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Cartman squared. Just a couple little Cartmans walking around.
Yeah.
Let's get to some fan questions. Speaking of support,
questions coming in for the meme of the week.
This is some of the fun stuff we've got. Zol Lopez wants to know, are you a baseball, football, or basketball jersey wearing guy?
None of the above.
You soccer jersey.
As you can see. So I have several football jerseys.
Not a jersey wearing guy though.
No. I have like a good support the troops. Like those camo ones they do. This Drew Brees. I have remember Jesse James used to play for Pittsburgh, was a tight end for Pittsburgh. So of course I had to have the Jesse James
nice
jersey. But I don't wear the jerseys. They're long and thin, and so when I turn sideways, I look like a snake that's eating a goat or something like that. There's just a big
one of those anacondas they find in the jungle.
Yeah,
You're like, he ate a Volkswagen.
He should probably lay there for a couple of days. You know what I mean?
You open to survive.
lay down, sir. Lay down. But yeah, so yeah, you know what though? I will wear college football paraphernalia, not so much a jersey. Not so much a jersey, but I will wear college football, Alabama, Georgia, SEC, basically. I had a stint where I wore some Duck stuff just because of cool colors.
Don't forget, over at boxinggimmicks.com, we've got less than 20 available.
Are you serious?
Of the
of the
69 jerseys? Yeah, we have less than 20 was my last report. So make sure you go to boxofgimmicks.com. Look at that. The OU didn't know
The OU
69
didn't know
jersey, baby.
Yeah.
We only
I
made
don't know
69 of those, so they're going fast.
Yeah, and it's so crass, 69. We get it.
Who came up with that?
Probably Dom.
Oh, us? Yeah,
Pervert.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Richie Ray, the Real Deal Heel, wants to know, have you ever heard Ron Killing's first album?
I'm sure I have, but I was probably hammered.
Who was the best tire pressure checker? Who could check tire the most? Most tire pressure.
Oh, I don't know. That's between the three of us. I mean, look, let's just go back to a blanket statement. Safety is paramount.
Yeah, yes. Matt Dad 316 wants to know, who would win in a rap battle, 3 Live Crew or Hit Row?
Oh, I don't know. I'll tell you what, Hit Row, Top Dollar is pretty daggum good. And he's got that crazy flow, that crazy different flow that you don't know it's a flow, and all of a sudden you're caught up in it and you go like, oh crap, that just happened. And so very cool and outside the box. So I don't know. That's a good one. I just don't know what BFAB and now I've talked myself into a corner because I can't.
Why'd you start saying names?
I know. I'm so sorry. The
BFAB Adonis.
Ashante.
Ashante
Adonis.
the Adonis.
Yes, that's right. I knew I had there were 3 names there.
Ashante
the Adonis. I don't know what they bring to the table as far as the rap game. So as far as I know what 3 Live Crew brings, and it's an old school, fun, maybe soundbite type of rap.
But it works.
Yeah, it works. It works, and it's entertaining. We're not going to book the headline, but we might open up for them. You know what I mean?
Mad Dad also wants to know, how close were you all, instead of 3 Live Crew, to being named the 3 Live Lumberjacks?
Oh man, well that was on the table. I'm going to tell you that straight up. There's a lot of names. A lot of names ended up on the cutting room floor, and the 3 Live Crew and the 3 Live Lumberjacks were the last 2. What we ended up doing was we just threw darts at Eddie G, the guy we talked about earlier, in his back, and if who's ever dart stuck, that's what we went with.
Nice. So you went 3 Live Crew.
Yes, it stuck right in his coccyx, right in the bottom of his tailbone. Yeah. It was embedded in there too. But we got 3 Live Crew, so
I don't even want to know where the other one was. Brenna Elise Dugan, which, by the way,
Hacksaw Jim Dugan's sister.
If you're a female and you send us a question, it's getting read because we don't have many female listeners, so I think we need to embrace.
I thought
all
it was
of
my
them.
mom actually.
That's my burner account. But Brenna says, what are your real thoughts on Conan? Don't lie anymore.
No.
She just says, what's your real thoughts on Conan?
Look, I love Conan. I know Conan and I were both kind of the same kind of people when we first got together. So in the checking the tires and hanging out together a lot, especially when we went to Orlando, we would stay together for days at a time. We got into a couple of arguments, never fisticuffs, but a couple of arguments, because I do believe we were kind of the same kind of person. But we never, like I said, we never went to blows. We got along. I saw him not too long ago. I forget what it was. It was
were you at last match? Did you see him at last match?
It might have been that.
You did their podcast.
Yeah, it might have. Yes, it totally was that.
And shout out to them. That's a whole great crew over there.
Yeah.
Mr. Sweeney and all that.
Yeah, awesome podcast. But yeah. So my true feelings about Conan are I love him, and I think he's a genius in this industry, and I think we're two of a kind. You know what I mean? I think one's from the South and one's from south of the border, and I think we're 2 of the same people. We both came up in this industry, and we both love it, and we both used to smoke a bunch of dope. I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean?
Danny Hoffman wants to know, where did Ron Killings find the Fountain of Youth? He looks like he's still in the 1990s.
Yeah, well, and that's just, I don't know. He always used to say black don't crack, and I don't know if that's the truth.
It's a fact.
I used to, black don't crack, and that's a fact, Jack.
Yeah.
So I used to like to just watch him oil up when we shared a hotel room.
You should have used some of that.
Some oil?
Yeah, whatever he
Well,
was using,
well,
he should have rubbed
was,
it in.
Well, he also used like weights at a gym, so it was different.
Oh, that
you know what
was
I
the
mean?
different.
Yeah, it was
okay.
a little bit of a different. Like I can oil up. I'll
You
oil
just
up right
look
now.
buttered up.
I just look like I'm hot. You know,
You look like you were basting.
Sweat. In a brine.
Matthew Podcast Network says, Dog, how would you have booked a 3 Live Crew reunion in 2023? A 20-year reunion.
Hey, tell me that it wouldn't pop off if we
so hot.
Say if we did like look at Conan who just did inducted Ray at his catchphrase and hitting that and blasting that roof off that joint. Think about if we all did that and we, you know what I mean? I think it'd be awesome. And
we gotta find a show where we can get y'all together.
Yes, and then we'll all be fired.
Over from our ad-free shows family, Steve Levin says, Dog, did you ever have times working with Ron Killings where he made you laugh on camera when you were in a serious mode? It seems like something you might try to do. Love your podcast. I've downloaded every episode. Thank you. Thank you, Steve.
Man, thank you so much. And I hope he didn't butcher your last name. It's probably Levin.
What'd I say?
Leaving, I think.
Leaving on a jet plane.
I was just going to sing with you. I don't know what song it was. Yeah. But yeah, so what was the question again? No, so he made me laugh all the time. Yeah. No, he made me laugh. Ron Killings made me laugh all the time. And the thing is, you say, like, it seems like something he would do. He wouldn't do it on purpose. You know what I mean? Like, he would just do something that was being him that would make me laugh. You know what I mean? And so I say, it's a lot like the Sami Zayn stuff, and you're watching the Usos try to keep it together. You know what I mean? When Sammy's doing this funny stuff, and that Ron brings the same kind of stuff to the table. And so, man, yeah, he made me laugh many a time. He made me laugh when I wrote SmackDown. One time we got to a main event of Miz versus R-Truth, and Truth wasn't even like on the show or nothing, but he just showed up and called some other blonde girl Maurice, and and it was on. And the match was made.
It was on.
And they had a great main event, 2 segments, and the ratings were good. Oh, he's got the Midas touch, my friend.
Well, you were talking about when times were good at SmackDown, but next week we're going to be discussing when Road Dogg left the WWF in 2000.
Bwomp, bwomp, bwomp. Guess what? I was on drugs and I got fired.
What led up to it? Why it happened? What he remembers?
Sorry. Go ahead and say all that.
Yeah, those are the teasers that you just...
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. And did he appear at the last Nitro unaware of the WWF purchase? We will talk about that. Couple quick housekeeping before we get to Top Dog and Thankful Minute. Going over, speaking of free trials, go to adfreeshows.com. You can get signed up for just $9 and get more than a dozen of your favorite wrestling podcasts. But right now at Ad Free Shows, you can sign up for a free trial. We love giving you free trials for listening to this. If you'd like to advertise with us, go to advertisewithdogg.com right now and find out more about how we can help get the word out about your business as I dreamily look up at Road Dogg.
I mean, think about the consumer looking to me as Casio Kid is right now, and I'm telling them about your marvelous product. Your bowel movements are better. Your testicles are more shaven. All these things could be yours.
Incredible. Before you get out of here, make sure you leave a 5-star rating on any platform. You could be in our new segment, 5-star segment, to start off the show. So make sure
5-star review.
5-star review.
Yeah, we're going to talk about me and you. The 5-star review.
Yeah, we're going to be doing that. Follow us on social media. He's at Brian R.D. James.
We're going to be doing that over there.
I saw that every time. I'm at the Casio Kid. At You Didn't Know is the show handle. If you're on YouTube, leave a comment, man. Share it on your social media. Like, subscribe.
Come on, bro, Montana.
Turn on those notifications so you'll know when we do the live YTX YouTube exclusive shows where you can interact with us there.
Those are cool.
Go to youtube.com/@DOGG to get there. And we're debuting a new merchandise.
Oh, what is it?
Go to boxinggimmicks.com. You can get the Fergal
Boxinggimmicks.com.
McDivitt shirt. You can get the 69 jersey while they last.
The
Let's
Fergal
go
McDivitt
kill Terry
shirt.
Funk.
Oh.
You can also get the Mountain Critter beach towel and oh, there we go.
Look at the biscuits, dog.
And what do we got this week?
I don't know. Am I supposed to know?
I'm a better sports entertainer. We got our sports entertainer. Is that a shirt? Is that just a poster?
It could just be a poster. Maybe I sign them. Oh, right over Hulkster.
Right on Hulkster's face. It's a T-shirt. With
LOL,
I'm a better
it's a
sports
T.
entertainer. That's over there now at Box of Gimmicks.
Can I go ahead and get this out front? I'm not a better sports entertainer than Hulk Hogan.
Stop it. That's
Nope.
a tease for next episode.
My bad. My bad. I take that back.
What if it's a tease for this episode? We haven't done it yet. Here we go. You ready?
Yes, go.
Before we wrap up, we got to do Top Dog, where we find out if you are a better sports entertainer than other sports entertainers. I'm hoping.
D-O-G-G. Here we go.
Here we go. Top Dog. First up.
If Hogan's in there, just throw Brutus the Barber instead. Go ahead.
He's not in there. Here we
Okay,
go.
cool.
Number one, are you a better sports entertainer than William Regal?
Oh, no.
Oh, that was fast.
That was very fast because there's no, I got nothing.
Can I tell you?
Look at that. Look at his face.
He's incredible.
That tells it all. And see what he brings to the table is not only incredible acting and facials and stuff like that. Like that just as it's Sami Zayn on facial steroids, or maybe on Botox, I don't know. But and also work circles around me in the wrestling ring and make people wrestling Steve Regal. You would you'd be selling something and all of a sudden you'd realize like, oh, I have him. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, wait, I'm doing something to him. He's incredible. So yes, no. I hate when people do that, and I just did it.
Yes, no.
I'm not a better sports entertainer than Sir William Regal. Had a great talk with Sir William at TV Monday. So it was great to see him.
By the way, we were at that same signing. I believe it was in Dallas, and you were at the table next to us. I ran his table for Mr. Regal. Hey, all the other wrestlers want to come up and shake his hand and take a picture with him.
Well,
it was incredible. Such a great dude.
We, as in Americans, learned about British wrestling from the likes of Fit Finlay and there were and Steve Regal and Dave Taylor and these guys that made it to WCW because they had worked in Germany and worked in Japan with all the people like Brad and Dean Malenko and all. They've been working with these guys for years. They never been in America. They've never wrestled domestically. I wrestled with them in Germany all over the place. But look, that was the first introduction. Way back when you can talk about Adrian Street, but Adrian Street was regional because the wrestling was regional at the time. You know what I mean? It was territories. And so these guys were on a national domestic level breaking in. Look, there's some great history in the UK wrestling. But a lot of it was, the UK is not that big. You think about it, the UK, we have states as big as the UK. I'm just making that up, by the way.
I think that's real.
But Texas is big.
It's large.
California is large.
Yeah.
So big ones. Anyway, the UK had great wrestling history, but I didn't get to see it. I watch stuff now. Stuff with Fit Finlay, early Fit Finlay, and I just saw a thing with Steve Regal, the Nature Boy, Steven Regal, I think was his name.
Yeah.
And he wrestled Rollerball Rocco, which was another guy that was famous.
Rollerball Rocco.
You go back and look at some of their stuff, man. It's incredible.
What a great name.
So there's some Tony St. Clair, a lot of those guys over there. What was Wunderkind's father? Peter... what was his name? What was Wunderkind's name?
Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage. Yes.
Yeah.
His father was.
Everybody knows.
Well, his father was in charge of the white-haired people in House of Dragons.
The White Walkers.
Alex Wright. Peter Wright, David
Yeah.
Wright, something Wright. His father was, I think, Pete Wright.
Tinker Todd.
Tinker Todd could have been in there too. We could have used that. But good stuff.
All right, number 2. Are you a better sports entertainer than Mean Gene?
Oh, out of respect, no, sir. The hotline is still open, in my opinion.
Oh my gosh.
Mean
Look
Gene
at
was the
that.
best, bro. And I mean the best. Just what a great guy. Everybody knew him everywhere. Like I check into the hotel to this day in Greenwich, Connecticut, and the guy's like, "Oh, where's Mean Gene at?" And, you know, and I'm like, but you know what I mean? But everybody knows him. He was a great guy, and he was a great guy to be around. And he could play rough, or he could be, you know what I mean? He could be in the locker room, or he could be professional, and he could turn it on and off just like that. Somebody to be admired.
Number 3, are you a better sports entertainer than Drew Carey?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
He may be better at me than the friggin' Price is Right. But
I was about to say, he nails the prices.
When it comes to the squared circle, this is my house, Drew.
All right, dog. Let's get out of here on a high note, spreading positivity on Oh You Didn't Know.
Yep.
It's time for the Thankful Minute. We put 60 seconds on the clock. You tell us what you are thankful for in your life. The floor is yours. Hit that clock and let's go.
Well, thank you. Oh God, it's burning. So look, we talked about it briefly on this podcast, or at least it was on this podcast or prior to it. I don't know, but I have really good friends spread out through this industry, and they're all peers, and I consider them peers that I can call today and tell my absolute truth to, and not get any judgment, and just get love and guidance. And so I'm thankful for friends, and they're not, like I said earlier, not fair weather friends, just friends that drift apart, and when they drift back together, everything's all hunky-dory. And so I counted earlier on the show 7. I probably left 1 or 2 out, but I'm thankful for relationships. And in today's environment, to have another relationship with a man, I don't know what people think about it, but it's okay. And you could talk to your friends that are men, and don't keep everything inside. Sorry.
Talk to your friends. That's what they're there for, my friend.
Amen. Amen.
And if they don't want to talk to you about
Lean
your problems,
on me
when
you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. Lean on me, bro. Say that it won't be long. Okay, lean on me. We got 8 minutes still.
I don't know. What are we doing? We're leaning on each other. Lean on your friends. That's what this is all about.
Amen.
This was a fun one. 3 Live Crew is in the books. For myself and for Mr. Road Dogg, Brian James, if you didn't like 3 Live Crew episode, we got 2 words for you.
Suck it.